Good evening, YouTube. Today I will be covering a very exciting event that happened yesterday. So what happened around 20 UTC? The solar wind did a sudden spike to above 100 protons. This happens sometimes. But I know that when this happens, you always have to check the magnetosphere because sometimes it can affect it, and it did this time. So happened just before 20 UTC. But strangely, when you look at the Space Weather Prediction Center, at their data, you don't see it. So maybe this is being deleted or brushed out, who knows. But on the ACE satellite, curiously, it's always visible. So never, when you check the solar wind, always take the time to actually also check the ACE data, because they actually show these certain spikes. So when we look at 20 UTC yesterday, the 16th of May, this is the initial event, and this is basically that inner energy belt that connects to the bow shock. And whenever this happens, the magnetosphere starts to weaken or show unusual behavior. But it is best visible actually in this simulation. But I will play the movie so you can actually see. Basically what you see here is immediately after it connects, some weirdness. Let me just do this frame by frame to show you just weird stuff, and then I will just play the movie. So you see, let me just put that in forefront, that obviously this is not a normal situation. We see an expansion, but the energy actually from the inner belt like follows it, stays connected to it, and this is very, very unusual. And you can actually see energy that actually starts, that either pours into the bow shock or siphons energy from it. I think this is a discharge of current from the inner electron belt, what we are seeing. And so after this, and now I'm just gonna play the movie, after this, lots of energy can be seen in this particular simulation. But what we need to see are the field lines, and that's why I'm going to show you in this one. So as you can see, especially in the backside, this is very important. Lots of unusual activity happens on the backside. And in fact, at some point, it almost looks like a bow shock wants to appear from the other side. So this is now really starting to look like a second bow shock from the backside. And this creates very unusual activity in our magnetopause. So let me just continue the movie. Then it's sort of normalized. Now I will just let the movie play from beginning to end and let you see. So the event happens. There is a lot of conductivity, lots of connections of energy. What you are seeing now is energy in the inner electron belt, and I'm definitely sure that this is a discharge of current which destabilizes the magnetic field. But here you don't see per se the field lines. When this animation ends, I will switch to the other one and everything will become clear. Okay, so this is the end. And here it is actually really visible. So what I'm going to do is go actually to yesterday. Or at least well, we don't have, yes, why not? 1620 UTC. Okay. Let's just play that movie. Yes, but I have to, okay, not like this. Let's pick, for example, 10 from today and choose 300 frames. 7, apply. Okay, 20 UTC would be here. So it doesn't really start immediately after, but a few hours later, so it already starts the weirdness. But watch what happens. We can see an expansion of the closed field lines, but energy from this inner region also expands. So that's why I said this is probably conductivity of current. And look at this. These are the closed field lines. This is not supposed to happen. I mean, they are supposed to be like this, very close to our planet. They never really reach all the way to the magnetosphere. This is absolutely insane. And after this, of course, the magnetic field itself starts to deform, collapse, show very unusual shapes and behavior. And look at this, it's all over the place. But what's noticeable, it's not per se at the front this time, it's really at the back side. That's all this strangeness happens. So the question remains whether this will be if this actually will normalize before the CME impacts tomorrow, because there is a CME impact which is predicted tomorrow at 5 UTC, and I'm wondering if this weakness in our magnetosphere will still be present when that impact happens, and if it will actually increase the geoeffectiveness of that impact. What I'm going to do now is completely rerun the simulation until the last bit of data. So this is the last frame, and let's just go just like a moment ago, 300 frames, and let it just play. We will increase the speed a little bit, apply. So there's all this strange magnetic behavior, the instability, it continues, and seemingly at the end the situation seems to be normalizing. But the question really remains whether this will be the case or not, because I'm still seeing some instability here and there. And it's mainly noticeable, of course, in the closed field lines, which expand without any reason for it. So now we have the situation. Wait, let me just go. Yes, this is the last frame. So the question remains, will this affect the geoeffectiveness of that CME tomorrow? This is a very interesting question. Well, in any case, I will be covering the impact when it happens. So if something unusual happens to our magnetosphere, you will be the first to know tomorrow. So, oh yes, by the way, if you haven't done already, a sub to the channel would be wonderful. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you subscribe, hit the notifications. This way you will actually be notified when I actually post the video. Looking at the earthquakes today, before I end this video, at the moment of speaking there isn't much going on, but like I said, there is always a delay between what happens in our magnetosphere and actually what happens at the surface of our planet. It all depends tomorrow whether we will reach a geomagnetic storm or not. In current conditions, I think it's definitely possible. So we will see. Oh yes, and another thing you want to check, of course, when that CME hits, is this particular volcano, because before I actually started the video, I looked at it and it was actually erupting and it was beautiful. You can actually see this all around it activity. So don't forget to check this volcano here and there, because it is still a beautiful show. So this is it. This is the end of the video. I will cite a philosophical quote, and we see each other tomorrow when I will be making my next video covering that CME impact. I believe it is now number 40. No, number 41. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. So what this means is, no matter what they try to teach you, if you don't think for yourself and come to a conclusion, then basically you listened for nothing. That's all what this says. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess we see each other next time. Bye bye.